Buying art supplies could be a little bit expensive. And sometimes it's a little bit confusing, especially when you're starting to learn how to sketch or how to paint. In today's episode, I'm going to save you all the trouble and share with you the basic art supplies that I've personally used and I highly recommend. And as well, I'm going to share with you the brands.
Hi, I'm Lucy. On my channel, I show you the vibrant happenings inside the art gallery, offering a blend of art education and entertainment. Behind the scenes insights, art creations, art talks, and vlogs. So consider subscribing and welcome to the exclusive behind the scenes access to the Lucy Shop Art Gallery.
So let's directly jump into it and start with art supply number one. First of all, you need to get any random sketchbook and a drawing pencil. And usually, a drawing pencil is size HB. There's no need for you to buy the entire pencil collection. If you would like to, it would be a good bonus because you'll be able to learn the difference and the thickness between each pencil, which one to use for shadows, which one to use for the main drawing, and so on. But the main pencil, sketching pencil that you need is size HB. Number two are the five essential or the five primary acrylic paints. Now, the primary acrylic paints are red, yellow, blue, white, and black. Now, not all blue, red, and yellow are the primary colors. The yellow, it should be this yellow, and the red, it should be a little bit pinkish, just a little bit pinkish, and the blue should be a light blue. I don't have it right now because personally I don't use it, but it's almost that blue, that color. Now, the reason why you need and it's a must to get these five primary colors is because you need to learn how to mix colors. And just by having these five colors, you'll be able to create all the rest. Now, it depends on your style, which color combinations. And later on, when you start experimenting and testing things out, you'll be able to know more what are your favorite colors. If are these five primary colors are good for you, or if you'd like to paint more with pastel colors or with earthy tone colors, these along come with the experience. But if you are in low budget, you just need these five primary colors. Personally, I don't use any of these colors because along the way I discovered what are the colors that speaks to me the most. So my primary colors are brown amber, titanium white, emerald green, and I use a little bit of burgundy and very dark undertone purpley colors. And the reason why is because I gravitate more to create art that are more under the neutral tone, natural tone, grounded, earthy tone colors. So that's what I meant is that later on by time you will discover what are your five main primary color, but it is very essential to learn the basic. Now, the brand that I highly recommend at first is the M color for so many reasons. One, it is very affordable. Two, it has a very good coverage. Three, they have all the colors you could possibly imagine, even the platinum colors and the bronze colors, gold, red, dark blue, any color that comes to your mind, they have it. And I've been using this brand for so long before I switched to the Lefranc Bourgeois from Paris. And the reason why is because their colors helps me a lot with the style of painting. Now, what I use personally the most from this brand, even till now, is the titanium white. I love this white. Even though that I switched to another brand, this is my favorite white. It's excellent, especially for coverage. And the thickness of this paint is absolutely amazing. So I highly recommend. This is a local paint. This is a local brand, by the way. I'm not sure in which country they afford this paint. They provide this paint, but as well, there is another brand that's called the Windsor. Now, I didn't try all their colors, but they're a good brand as well. It's very similar to the M color. And there's the Sargent. The Sargent is available in different countries, and Sargent is really good. And I love their brown, by the way. Their brown is really good. Anyways, so this is regarding the paint. Now, the next art material that you need are paintbrushes. There's no need. Oh, by the way, There's no need for you to buy the big jar. They offer small tubes as well. So start with this. And later on, you can move on to the jars. You'll be able to save a little bit more. Plus, you know that the jars won't dry because their cover is really, really good, as you can see. Okay, now moving on to the brushes, what I highly recommend is as well use the M Color brand. The M Color is really good because they provide everything, all the supplies that you need for art. Now, at first, there's no need for you to buy tons of brushes. All what you need are 3 square brushes and 3 round brushes. Now, the sizes that I recommend are the basic sizes. You can start with 6, 10, 12. So you need to have a little bit of difference in between. Same thing for the round. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to buy the square and the round because you're still testing things out. You don't know what kind of brush you would like to paint with more. It could be both. Personally, I'm a square person. I create all my paintings with one single brush, the square brush, and I love it. So you need to experiment and test things out. Now, the second art material that I highly recommend is a spatula. You must have one spatula. It doesn't matter of the size, it doesn't matter of the shape. Choose what suits you. But the reason why you need a spatula because you should never mix paint with your paintbrush because the paint are going to stuck all the way down to your brush. It's gonna ruin your brush. You're gonna be mixing the paint in that way, which means you're gonna damage the top of your paintbrush and it's going to be so much harder for you to clean. Always mix your colors with a spatula. Never mix your colors with a paintbrush. Now, another essential painting, it's not a painting supply, but it's something that's very essential. To clean your brushes, you need natural olive oil soap. This is the most effective and affordable. And the best way for you to clean your paintbrushes is just apply warm water, not so hot and not cold. Warm water with olive oil soap, and your brush is as new. This, I don't even remember how many years I've used this brush. This is a really old brush, and you can still see it's super soft from the top. It's because only I clean my brushes with olive oil soap. The next art supply that you need to to preserve your paintbrushes in the right way is the brush case. Now, it could be plastic like this one. It's easy to pack, or you could use the fabric case like this one. I really love this. I love the fabric of it. I can fit my long brushes and I can put my spatula and everything. I roll it and I tuck it in. Never keep your brushes in a vertical way, just like that. You're gonna ruin the top of your brush. And especially never place your brushes upside down after you clean them because all the water is gonna be stuck all the way down at the bottom of your brush and all the leftover paint are going to be stuck here. So your paintbrush is gonna be ruined forever. So these are the basic and the most essential art supplies that you need to start. Now, I have 2 more art supplies that is based on your personal preference. It depends if you would like to go there or not. Of course, you need a canvas and a sketchbook. The canvas, I highly recommend the M Color canvas, but to the small to the medium size. The large size, I don't really recommend them because the size of the canvas is not actually accurate, especially when you need to frame your painting. Now, usually when you buy a canvas, it already has a primer on it. If you would like to go and get the pure organic canvas that comes in that kind of color, you need to apply a primer, which is Jisoo. Now, the Jisoo that I use, I tested tons of Jisoo brands because I use Jisoo a lot when I create my pottery art pieces. The reason why you need to apply Jisoo is because you need this main fundamental base before you create your art piece. Now, this Jisoo is from Le Franc Bourgeois Paris, and the reason why I highly recommend it is because it's a very thin layer Jisoo that is a very good primer that along the way my pottery never peeled whether it's in a hot weather, in a cold weather, it never. That's regarding the pottery. Now, regarding the canvas, but you should never buy a gesso base that has a very thick texture. Your gesso should be very thin, very, very thin layer, has a primer, and then you start painting. So if you just buy your canvases that are already primed, there's no need for you to buy this. If you want to create some nice pottery pieces, you need a gesso base. The second art material that is based on your personal preference is the varnish. There are two types of varnish, the matte varnish and the glossy varnish. The varnish is the protection. After you finish your paint, you need to protect it. It's a personal preference, but if you get a varnish, it is a must to get this kind of brush. Very white brush, very super soft, and the reason why is because once you drop the varnish on your paint, you need to brush it. You shouldn't see these lines. So the reason why you need to use a white brush is because if you use a small brush, you're going to ruin your painting. You're going to start seeing these lines once the varnish is dried. Now, the last thing that is a personal preference as well is the easel. You can get a big long easel, or you can get a small easel that you can place on the table where you can paint your small to medium sized paintings. So this it depends on your budget. So you don't need a lot of money and you don't need a lot of art materials in order for you to start your artistic journey. These are the basic supplies and basic materials that I highly recommend. Very affordable, very good quality. I still even use all of these for my art workshops, and I still use some of them for my personal art pieces as well. So if you have any questions related to the art supplies, art materials, or if you want me to review anything, you have any questions related to that, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And as well as always, I'm going to leave another link right here to another interesting art talk where I share with you 15 pitfall mistakes to avoid for aspiring artists. If you just decided you want to become an artist, you want to start painting, you must watch this episode. It is very helpful and it's a very important guide for you. And finally, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting behind the scenes access to the Lucy Shop Art Gallery. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.